Okay. Another sip of my coffee, and then we'll good to. Mm. Oh, I mean, we actually started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cosplay Bites, the show about cosplay, convention, and all the nerdy bits and bytes. For this episode, I am once again joined by the wonderful and super sweet and talented Falafel Cosplay.
Hello. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah. Again, so this is another installment of my little like what's new with this person series. It's especially been helpful and interesting when I get return guests on um, throughout the face of going through the pandemic that's basically changed the whole convention industry
hmm
since
hmm
it started last year. But um, the actually last time slash first time I had you on, what I was scrolling for to find earlier was it featured you were the guest, and it was basically all about your thoughts and just the overall, I guess, general feeling or vibe when it comes to POC cosplayers and the cosplay hobby itself.
Yes.
So that was
Yes.
about wait, what happened last month. We go on about E3, which happened last month. Okay, so it says July 6th. So I'm thinking, oh, I could just hold down and see the actual full date, 2019. Okay,
That
I'm
was the
not dumb.
last time? Was it
Yep,
really
that
that
was
long ago?
yep. That was the episode 24 of my show. This was July 6th, 2019.
Wow. I didn't realize that much time had passed. And
Yeah,
then later that year, the whole world fell apart.
almost a year later, the world fell apart. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
we go on about E3, which happened last month. Blah blah blah.
hmm
I can't remember what happened at E3 that year. What got announced?
Wow.
I don't know. But in any case,
Ooh,
hi.
2019. Hi. I'm glad that we can have this little this cosplay catch up, if you will.
Yeah. So I guess yeah, we'll just open it up with that.
hmm
What's been going on the past throughout all of 2020 and pretty much all of 2021 since we're in the final stretch of the year.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest change in what I've been doing with cosplay and nerd stuff in general is that I have started streaming on Twitch. Um,
Yep.
I am very much a pandemic streamer that got a PC during quarantine. I was at home for all of the day, and so I've been streaming. My year anniversary was back. I think we celebrated it in June. So June of last year was 1 year since I started streaming,
yeah.
and a wonderful, lovely, positive community of people that hang out with me twice a week while I play games and say dumb stuff on Twitch. So um, that's been really wonderful, getting to do like craft streams with them, play video games. I am still making costumes. It's funny because I went to visit some friends. This was now back in July, and that was the first photo shoot, a cosplay photo shoot that I've done since the last time I was at a convention, which I guess was Katsu of 2020.
20.
So that
Yep.
February,
Yep.
which was
February of yep.
yeah, it was pretty surreal because everything that I've been doing inside of my apartment. So
Yeah.
uh, things are starting to come back, and I'm starting to become more comfortable. Though I haven't been to a convention yet, and I'm not too sure when the next one that I go to will be.
Yeah.
Um, but just trying to navigate, creating art in my space has been both a challenge and kind of a blessing in a way that I was fortunate to still be able to craft and make things during this time, which I'm really grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a mixture of you're grateful that you're able to like still like create cosplay in your downtime to help just keep the hobby alive, but then you're also afraid, I think, because like yeah, you make the outfits, but then what the hell do you do with it? Because you
Right.
don't know when you're gonna go back to a like go out with a group of friends for a photo shoot, or when you're gonna like show it off to the world, rather than like take selfies in your apartment like, hey, I made this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think Not so much of a fear that I really have with it. I mean, I'm most afraid of, illness now and
Oh yeah,
and things like that.
reasonable.
But yeah, it's been interesting trying to uh create content that's kind of just from the waist up because I'm self shooting. Yeah, and so I
Okay.
have shifted to not really a shift, but I've started to incorporate more artistic makeup looks and things into my cosplay and exploring
Yeah,
that
I was
side of
actually.
artistry.
Yeah, I was gonna jump into that, but keep going, keep going.
Yeah, so it's been a little bit of problem solving in that way of like, but very fun, because I didn't really explore makeup too much aside from like what I usually did for my like everyday face, plus like whatever color coordinated with whatever costume I was wearing.
Right.
It wasn't really as detailed or in depth or conceptual as the things that I've explored and started trying uh, during quarantine, which has
Mm,
been super fun working on that aspect of cosplay as well.
right, right. Yeah. So circling back slightly for you falling more in love with makeup, because I would absolutely adore you posting just regular selfies with like just dozens upon dozens of like makeup looks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty sure I got this right. You were able to collaborate or work with ColourPop with their
Yes.
Animal Crossing line.
So they actually they held a competition on Twitter where you submit Animal Crossing looks, and at that point I had like over 30 because I had done for the month of March, which March 20th was the release date of Animal Crossing. This was back, what, 2020, I guess.
Yep,
I had done a cosplay a day of an Animal Crossing character, and then I also did a ugly villager makeup series right before
I
they
remember
announced this competition, which was fun.
that.
And so I submitted and I won. So they sent me their PR package for free. And shortly after that, they had contacted me asking to become an ambassador for ColourPop Cosmetics, which I'm super grateful for because I just really love the products that they put out and the
Sure,
different
sure.
pop culture collaborations they did. I mean, they've done Powerpuff Girls, they've done Sailor Moon, they've done of
Yep.
course the Animal Crossing one, and it's just it's also like really great quality makeup, very pigmented, and it works on darker skin. I find is hard with some colors and some companies.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I
so
bet.
I'm a huge ColourPop fan. So that was a great experience this year too.
Yeah, and then I think you also just recently were experimenting with horror themed makeup looks
Yes.
for I guess just for the whole month of October.
Yeah. So I wish because the world is slowly starting to open up again. I am becoming more and more busy. So I'm trying to fit in as many horror things as I can this month. I played around with it last year and tried prosthetics and things like that, which was very fun and new to me. And so I'm very inspired by the artwork of Junji Ito.
Yep.
I adore his art style in every single one of his manga and his story collections. And so that is kind of the premise of that I'm trying to go with this month is pulling some vivid imagery that I really enjoy in his work, and recreating it in certain ways. So
Yeah.
Censor he released, which was his latest manga, and I had done two looks based off of that, and then I just did one from Uzumaki, and I'm trying to plan out some more for this month. So
Yeah, I'm actually looking at your Uzumaki right now, and oh yeah, that's insane.
thank you. It was fun
I'm
to
not
do.
I'm not into horror like at all,
Mhm.
so I mean it's very disturbing looking.
Thank you.
Very.
No, I take it as a compliment because I love horror so much. So if I could be disturbing, then I feel like I've done what I wanted to accomplish, which feels great.
Goal accomplished.
Yeah, I love that. It's funny because a lot of the comments that I've seen so far is like, "Oh yeah, this is gross." And I'm like, "Yes, thank you."
Yeah, you got your this little demon time look I'm looking at.
Mhm.
Um,
Some fun stuff for BIPOC Vampire Day, which had happened last month as
what the heck
well.
is that about?
So
I've never heard of that.
it had started, really, the start of it was Black Fae Day, which I don't know if you know about that, but basically,
I
um,
know a bit, but I'm also curious as to how that started also. So, all right.
I wish I knew exactly which creator had started Black Fae Day specifically, but basically, there's always the argument of, oh, in fantasy world, like historically, black people wouldn't exist, which is always foolish because again, it's fantasy world, and I don't understand why people of color cannot exist in these spaces or aren't often shown or represented in these spaces. And so, a group of creators said that okay, we're gonna dress up as fairies, and nobody's gonna stop us because we deserve to hold space in fantasy just as much as anybody. So that
Of
was
course,
where
yeah.
Black Fae Day had stemmed from, and then I feel like it was Black Betty Cosplay who decided, well, we should do this with other tropes where we're not often represented in a fantasy. So Black
Sure.
Fae Day was one. I believe that there is a Cottage Core Day that is coming. But BIPOC Vampire Day was a branch off of that, and then I think there's also going to be a Mermaid Day next May. So it's just ways to
Ooh.
show representation in these fantasy realms and these tropes where, we're not often represented, um,
Yeah.
which I think is really beautiful. So that's where that had come from last year. Or not last year, last month.
Yeah. No, those are great reasons to really show the community like what your side can do and just like yeah, give yourself more representation that it's not just all white people this, white people that kind of thing.
Right, right. It's
Right.
just to be in solidarity with each other, but also like show representation in this space and hope to inspire future content, be it video games, be it shows, be it films, that we deserve to exist in those spaces as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Uh yeah, I'm just like rapidly scrolling through your media. It's a lot of Twitch clips. We'll get into that in a
Mm-hmm.
second.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you got your first tattoo.
I did recently. Yes, I did. It is actually a video game quote from my video.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Wilt thou change this world, or wilt thou change thyself? Do you have any guesses? I love to ask people what they think it's
I'm
from.
looking at I got my first tattoo. Guess what it's from? I'm looking at the quote like Persona?
No, not Persona. I only
Ah,
know, I think like one or two people had guessed correctly when I posted on Twitter, I think, but it is from Chrono Cross, which is the sequel to Chrono Trigger.
okay. All right.
Favorite game of all time, and a quote that has always been impactful to me, even when I was little. Like, oh damn, like that is
Oh yeah,
great.
yeah.
So, and I also
Never.
I don't know why, but like anytime I think of a tattoo design, like I'm into it for like a week, and then I'm like, no, I don't want it anymore. But this is the only one that's ever stuck in my brain as soon as I thought about it. So.
Yeah, yeah. I've only played Chrono Trigger. I've never did the sequel.
Oh, it's
Never gave it a
incredible.
shot.
Incredible. I love so much.
But no,
Favorite game.
speaking of tattoo, because I actually got my first one during the pandemic.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Figured why not? And then I also got my second one actually 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Because it's that I can show you right here. So first one was Nightwing's emblem
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
because he's my favorite character
Mm-hmm.
in comic books, and then the second one is the Kingdom Hearts crown logo.
Oh, that's cool. I like how you have the placement too on both of the arms like that. Oh,
yeah,
that looks good.
yeah. I got my love of comics on one arm, love of gaming on the other.
Oh, that's perfect. A perfect balance.
Yeah, yeah. Anime's not my forte. Sorry.
Oh, no. I'm starting to get back into watching. I like collecting manga, and I used to watch anime a lot, but I fell off to like game more, and now I'm starting to like get into shows again, which has been fun.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts one especially resonates a lot more now because, I mean, you obviously probably have seen the news that
Sora in Smash, yes.
And then like 3 people told me like when they saw the announcement, they were like, "I instantly thought of you," and I'm like, "Oh."
No, That's
So,
another great, like the best feeling when
oh
people
my
associate
god.
with you something that you just adores.
Yeah, I've been spending like the last week watching reaction videos and honestly getting so emotional because like this is just like, oh my god.
Hmm.
Could the best way I can describe it was from one streamer, Maximilian Dude, who reacted to it, and he just described it as like Sora as a character is a legal nightmare, and the fact that Sakurai was able to somehow get a deal to get him in the
Right.
game is just mind blowing, like a giant flex.
It's a wild crossover now having Disney come into the Smash universe that I feel like it opens the door for more like Square Nintendo things to happen,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
yeah. I mean, his stage is fantastic. The music choices, wow, I wish there was one certain track that's my all time favorite battle theme track in the KH series. I'm just like, can it be October 18th already? So I can put a pause on this.
There's
Because I
only 9
definitely,
short days away.
yeah, I just gotta get, I'm planning on like streaming it like the day of after I get home from work to like just mess around with them.
Nice.
Uh, but speaking of which, hold on, coffee sip. Speaking of which, nice segue into streaming. So
Yes.
you've been doing that. I mean, I apologize. I haven't been able to catch all of your streams, but I do try to pop in
Mhm.
every once in a while.
I
But
appreciate when you do.
you've streamed games like Metopia. Um, I know Paper Mario is one of them, and you're still working on that.
We just finished last stream, actually. Just
Oh,
finished, yeah.
okay.
So mainly on Nintendo games. I consider myself a variety streamer, so I play whatever me and chat feels like getting into, and so lots
Yeah.
of PlayStation, Nintendo, some PC games. Right now, I'm playing a lot of New World. I'm playing a lot of New World, ridiculous amounts of New World, like losing sleep playing New World.
Oh
So
no.
I'll probably start streaming that as well. But then I also will have like craft streams or just chattings with everyone, which
Yeah.
are always just as fun.
Yeah. The craft dreams are they always related to like your current like cosplay project that you're working on?
Usually, yeah. So it's like if so the last one I had was probably for Noelle from Genshin Impact, which I play Genshin on stream too. And I've been churning out this cosplay. So like when I was foam smithing, like I would have a 2 cam setup where you could see, on the table how I'm crafting and putting things together, but then also like a chat cam so I could still interact with everyone and have a good time. So it's usually whatever costume I'm working on is when, and whatever I can do on camera. So things that like I can't really paint if I have to have like a mask on or a respirator.
Right.
Or sewing is a little difficult, so I don't do that. So it's usually when I'm foam smithing and crafting. That's usually what I do for or anything that needs to be hand painted too.
Yeah. Let me see. So arguably, like you just said you just finished up Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is that safe to say that's one of your all-time favorite GameCube games or like favorite Paper Mario
It's
game?
up there. It's definitely my favorite Paper Mario game. I think this was either my third or fourth playthrough doing it ever, but I easily rank Thousand Year Door as the best of the Paper Mario franchise.
Yeah.
And it's up there for GameCube games. I mean, my favorite GameCube game is Super Mario Sunshine easily.
Oh yeah.
So that's my favorite Mario Bros. Game out of all of them. Sunshine just has a special place in my heart. But Thousand Year Door is a great GameCube game.
It is.
I
It
feel like
really
it's
is.
not talked about enough.
It's not, but I mean, it is always referenced when Nintendo wants to do a new Paper Mario game. It's like, oh, are they finally gonna make it like Thousand Year Door?
Which we won't get for a
And
while because I mean I think it was like a lawsuit or something that happened with the devs of Paper Mario and Nintendo, and that's why Paper Mario really hasn't been the same since. With
really,
yeah, it was this whole thing, and now instead of getting like custom characters and partners the way that you had like Flurry or Lady Bow or Yoshi Kid from like the first two Paper Mario and
Yeah.
then Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, they have to be like standard stock Mario enemies. So like your
Standard
partner is
generic looking. Yeah.
right. So unfortunately, I don't think that we will get a Paper Mario like the original ones ever again, which is really sad because it had a humor and charm to them.
Yeah.
But I still think like Origami King was still great.
Origami King wasn't that bad. It was just sometimes I just remember having a super hard time with the last boss and just figuring out the puzzle. It's like
Yeah,
I had to like legit look up like a strategy like how to do it. 'Cause I was like, this is stretching me out
the,
hardcore.
I think the humor in Origami King kind of harkened back to how Thousand Year Door and the first Paper Mario kind of were.
Yeah.
But like Color Splash isn't that great. Sticker Star, I do not like at all. Like it was a complete shift that I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get that energy that Thousand Year Door or the first Paper Mario had, sadly. But or even Super Paper
Well,
Mario, which I really enjoyed too.
Super Paper Mario wasn't that bad either. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could always get that fix. With it was also announced that now N64 games are coming to the Switch Online, and Paper Mario is it's not on the launch roster, but it
It'll
is
come
it's
after.
in the pipeline.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for that.
I'm on the fence. I think I'm just gonna have to wait to see how much it's gonna cost.
I'm like Nintendo, take my money. I'm all in. I'm all in. I desperately want it. I'm gonna get the controllers that are coming out for it as
I'd
well.
probably get the controller if I do jump into this because I also got sucked into Final Fantasy 14
Oh yeah.
after the whole Blizzard Activision Blizzard bullshit that's been going on. And I mean, everyone would rave about FF14, and it's certainly very different than how WoW is structured. But I mean, I'm still in the free trial era.
Yeah. No,
Which
same.
is it's nuts how much they give you for the free trial
They
compared
give
to
you a
WoW.
lot of content for free in Final Fantasy 14, which I appreciated
I
when
really
I
do
had started.
too.
Because I'm a huge fan of the Final Fantasy franchise. 14 I hadn't gotten into, of course, until this year when I had gotten a PC and built my PC and was able to like actually dive into it because I wanted to play with friends that way.
Yeah.
And I was just I was shocked like how much that they let you do and level up to just for free before you pay for the actual game. I feel that way about Genshin too. I mean, Genshin is completely free to play. I mean, it's a gacha game, so like if you want to spend your money to try to get characters and stuff, by all means. But I mean,
Yeah,
you get an entire world to play
fill
for
out
free.
your waifu and husbando list and
Right.
either get addicted. I tried Genshin, I couldn't get into it like
Mm.
fully as hard as I know some other people have. Which I mean, good for them. Happy that you're able to like sink your teeth into it, but I think I'm just
Genshin was my last game that I was really obsessed with. That I was playing like constantly before New World. I was trying to explain to people who were asking about New World 2 because I think it's a perfect medium in like MMOs where you have Genshin, which is like very easy, very simple, very straightforward that you kind of play
Yeah.
for like the look and feel of it. And then like Final Fantasy 14, which I like to play, but I get overwhelmed easily in Final Fantasy 14. I feel like New World is like a happy medium in between.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which has been just and especially if you play with the right people, like every time I hop on with friends, it's just so fun. So
Yeah,
fun.
I mean I haven't really played 14 with friends because it's unlike WoW, it's strictly like a single player experience
Mhm.
where I guess you can group up with friends if you want to like farm raids or dungeons to get specific mounts or gear. And I'm actually telling myself to like pump the brakes a bit because like I know because where I'm at right now is that I'm in the in between a Realm Reborn and Heavensward. I'm in that middle section like the bridge. And I'm like trying to like let's go get to Heavensward, but like I'm trying to tell myself wait slow down a second,
Yeah.
try to like take in the story as you go before you like buckle in and like really start ready to dive into this. Because I think I do want to keep this for the long haul. So then I gotta meter out like when do I want to start paying for this? Like, at what month do I want to try to like? Well, because then I also got to buy like Stormblood. I got to buy Shadowbringers, and then I got to
Right.
buy
It could be it's like an investment. It really is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then as of this point, the only other game I have on my list is Mario Party Superstars.
Yes. Very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
I'm hoping I can get to play with some friends. Maybe I can schedule some like online with like all the cosplay friends that we both have gotten to know or something. I don't know, because I didn't get Super Mario bleh, Super Mario Party. I didn't pick that up. But I think the nostalgia is just hitting me for this upcoming one.
Yeah, I'm so in. Very excited. Huge Mario Party fan.
Yeah.
So like I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh yeah. Even though I've only played Mario Party 2 out of the N64 games that were released.
Oh yeah.
2 is the only one I played.
Out of all of the Mario Party franchise?
Out of the ones that were on the N64.
Okay.
Which I believe was 1, 2, and 3.
Right, because 4 was GameCube.
Yeah, 4 kicked off GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then sort of on the heels. Don't worry, we'll get back to cosplay in a second. Sorry, listeners. I know I always do this. I'm sorry, but then I don't care. It's my show.
We just have to nerd out for a second. It's all right.
I want to try cloud gaming. Specifically, I'm gonna give the new Guardians of the Galaxy game a shot.
Oh.
It's coming on the Switch via cloud gaming.
Oh, I did not know this.
I want to give it a shot and see how it runs.
Like what like genre of game it's going to be? It's like an MMO or like a adventure, like
the Guardian game? Oh
yeah.
God, I can't remember. It's like an action RPG kind of thing because it's done by. I think it's done by the same team that did Marvel Avengers.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But like on the offshoot of that, when they announced Sword for Smash, they teased that, oh hey, all the Kingdom Hearts games are coming to the Switch.
Oh, yeah. So is that also going to be through cloud gaming?
Through cloud gaming,
wow.
Which is odd because like the Switch can handle like I'm thinking all the Kingdom Hearts games except for 3. So it's bizarre that all of them are cloud gaming.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, so I want to give that a shot. Even though I've already played the Kingdom Hearts games dozens upon dozens of times.
I'm just thinking controller-wise, like trying to adjust to the Switch controller playing Kingdom Hearts, I guess would be kind of like...
No, I don't think it'd be that difficult.
I guess not.
You could easily map out like how a PS2 controller would look.
Right. Interesting.
So, going back to, you mentioned you're playing Genshin, and I'm 100% positive Noelle is. Oh yeah, you said so, and I knew prior that Noelle was a Genshin Impact character. She's Rock Element, right?
Yeah, so she is Geo, a tank, huge broadsword wielder.
I think I have her, yeah.
Like little maid who's also a knight, and I adore her very much so. And so, it's almost finished. I keep procrastinating, honestly, admittedly on it but there are a few things I need to do to the armor and attachments. But she is close to being done, which is great.
Yeah. Any other? Is that the only Genshin character that you want to tackle, or are you?
So I have cosplayed Mona. What I wanted to do on TikTok, and I need to finish making these videos, is show how you can flip a purchase cosplay. Because there's often a debate in the cosplay community of like whether or not purchase cosplays are valid, which they 100% are. You're still cosplaying as that character, whether or not you made it. But there can be some elements when you purchase a cosplay that sometimes I've had them fall apart. I have them missing pieces. And I've also had pieces that just didn't look all that great. The way that, these cosplay sellers and resellers will make certain accessories and pieces like that. So I purchased a Mona cosplay online and then took all of the accessories and remade it. And I'm also going to redo aspects of the bodysuit that they have sent, and show that process so that people, if they want to try to like ease their way into crafting but don't really know where to start, then it's like, oh well, if you want to buy a cosplay but then just redo these pieces, like this is how you would do it.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that now. So Mona is the other Genshin character, and there's a few others that I think would be fun to cosplay, but those are the two on my list right now.
Yeah. What else? I know when we last talked, the main focus of the episode was POC and cosplay. I mean, we don't have to talk about it for a long time because that's what that first episode was for. But do you think, how has it changed, if at all, since then? I mean, you mentioned like the POC Black community coming together cosplay wide with Black Fay Day, and then BIPOC Vampire Day. So I guess how has it changed, like in the last 2 years or so since we had last talked about it? In your eyes, would you think?
I think that there is still, a positive community amongst BIPOC creatives and specifically Black cosplay content creators, and have created a very encouraging and loving community amongst ourselves. I do think, unfortunately, we will still get hit with the, such and such character isn't Black. You shouldn't be cosplaying this character. You don't look like this character, and those kinds of, troll harassment comments on things. I feel like I also feel like because conventions haven't been happening, everything has kind of existed in this bubble on the internet as well. And so I don't know. I don't see any significant change away from the harassment that Black cosplayers and BIPOC cosplayers have received, unfortunately. I do feel like the support system has grown immensely because we all have been at home. So more people have been encouraged to start cosplaying.
Sure.
A lot of people, especially on TikTok, have found a lot of growth in their craft and their following and meeting other, Black or BIPOC content creators and collaborating with new people and getting to meet a lot of new people. So I think the community has grown and has become stronger. I don't know if we'll ever escape that kind of harassment of racism in the cosplay community. I think that more people are aware of it and are willing to help call it out now. Those who are not a part of the BIPOC community, I've seen a lot more allyship than I had before the pandemic or before we last talked.
Yeah.
But it's still something that we have to work for, and trying to both call out and address poor behavior while creating a safe space for us to exist and be nerds together. So that's kind of my ramblings on about it.
That's where your headspace.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm very fortunate for the people that I have met, the other Black creators that I have met through quarantine, who I've been speaking with online and getting to work with and know their work, and I don't know, seeing people flourish. And then these days that are important, like having Black Fay Day or Black Mermaid Day or BIPOC Vampire Day, and having these moments to really support each other and show representation in these communities. Which I think is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Crap, I lost my train of thought. Where was I going to go with this?
You're fine. Take your time.
You mentioned TikTok. I assume, I don't think I follow you there. Oopsies. But I've known a lot of people have been using TikTok. Like, I just use it to follow people and like kind of get all, I don't know, because I lack the time and just oh man, I guess I could just say I'm too lazy to make any TikTok videos. Because I look at some of these videos, like, Jesus Christ, how much effort goes into this thing? Like,
I think TikTok has been such an incredible platform to watch creatives grow on. And even
Right.
in like trends that people make, like it's so funny, it's so creative. It does have its problems, very much so. That like that there's no debate about it, but like I did not use TikTok before quarantine at all.
Right.
And when I started, I was like, oh, like this is like actually like really fun. It's fun to both watch and then create on. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I know one of my all time favorite TikToks when I go into certain streams and the topic of the stream is like, oh, we're just gonna chill, and if you guys want to like send some funny videos to react to, like yeah, I'll react to it.
mhm.
But the one the one that I always send, and so far it's been like every single time they get a good reaction out of it because it brings back heartfelt memories is of this guy. Maybe you follow him. I don't know. He he talks about how why Disney hasn't released like a Goofy movie soundtrack or like a Powerline soundtrack, and then it shows him next to himself in the car saying, probably because a Goofy movie isn't that great of a movie, and the guy's like, what? And then, but then it just cuts to when a Powerline song, and then the guy is dressed up like Powerline, and it's just like, oh my god.
I love that. Oh,
And
Goofy
they
Movie's a
just
great movie. I
what?
love Goofy. I think Goofy Movie's a great movie. I love that movie so much.
Oh my god, hang on. Let me see if I can grab it. Like quick. I gotta um eh. I'll have to send it to you. I'll DM it to you on Twitter later after this. Oh my god, it's a riot. That was like instant follow. I got instant follow this guy. He's got good taste in movies.
Right. That's funny.
Um, do you have any of your own like personal favorite TikTok creators that you follow?
Yeah, there's a few. Goodbye Eli is really funny and also like a really cool creator. He's a Twitch streamer as well. Let me open up my For You page. There's a few people. There's plenty of cosplayers that I follow, and also my stream team members too, which will send like TikToks back and forth to each other and like clips and stuff like that. Because I am a part of a stream team now of wonderful people. Teams called Level Up, and that's also been fun too. Let me see
Oh
who.
yeah, your little stream team group that you're a part of.
Yes,
How
yes.
is how's that been? I imagine it's been great.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, I've met an incredible community of people. We play games together. We will do like cosplay Among Us and things like that together. And like, it's just they're all just so funny and such a joy to hang out with. It was started by Jeremy Carey and on China, and they've just I don't know they've cultivated like a really cool community of people to hang out with. Um,
Yeah.
so a lot of those creators I follow on here, and they'll post their like Twitch clips, like the Tech Show will post. Tiny and Trash will post Twitch clips. Excuse me. Um, Also, like a lot of like I follow tattoo accounts. Like I don't know. I follow a lot of different cosplayers.
Yeah.
Small Ant I follow on here, who is also a Twitch streamer and YouTuber, and his clips are hilarious. Um, I'm scrolling through like my following account now, because a
I'm
lot of the
looking
people
through.
that I also follow
I'm
are like friends. So like it's like whether or not they actually post or not.
yeah.
The Eric Lewis is hilarious, like a comedian creator on TikTok. Yadiz is funny. I do follow the Try Guys account. Um, Luxlow, she's wonderful.
Oh, I
Um,
gotta find her. Yeah.
um, oh, not I never know how to pronounce their name, but not a Notix Art, Notaque Art. Such a funny creator. It's all like video game and RPG and JRPG memes.
N
So
O
funny.
T A Q U E
ES. Yeah.
E. Not. Oh,
Not,
I found him.
not I don't know how to say it, but They are incredible. Sailor Goon is a great cosplayer. Yeah, lots of fun. Winter Vanity is funny.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah, following a
I
good.
may not be able to have that level of creativity, like make a TikTok. Maybe I will one day, but like for now, I'm just like, let me just laugh and adore all these people on TikTok that I'm currently following. Like I'm on your profile like right now, and the fucking Apollo's kind of hot. Who
Oh
the hell
yeah,
is that?
yeah,
The
I know.
bird?
For some reason my Twitch chat is obsessed with Apollo and bring it up often, and I'm like, y'all, he's a bird. It is still a bird at the
Oh
end
my
of the day.
god. Oh
Uh,
sweet. Oh, that is great.
yeah, but it's I
Uh,
don't know, I think TikTok's fun. If not to make them, just like just watching as well. It's just so funny.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta. I'm sure I'll figure something out one day. um, circling back to cosplay to get more. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about that anymore. Uh, my show, I do what I want. Um, so with conventions slowly backing opening up, I mean they kind of have been this year. I know from like you had said earlier that you're not really sure when you'd go back. I mean, I imagine hopefully you'd want to go back sometime next year.
Oh yeah, I miss it
Um,
desperately. Like I
I do
really miss
too.
conventions. I
This,
think
yeah.
my current holdup is still like I don't really like going into like large indoor events. I feel more comfortable going to large things if it's all outdoors. I still feel kind of a little like anxious in like indoor events where there's a lot of people. So the idea of like an indoor convention, like if there's like a con cosplay event that was outdoors, I would definitely like 100% jump on it. Still being indoors, I still kind of feel a little anxious. I was thinking about going to MagFest. That is in January, so I'm still trying to figure
Oh
out
yeah.
if that's what I'm going to do. But
Yeah. Wait, there's a part of me that wants to try Katsucon, but
well, Katsu was always so crowded that I'm just like I don't know if
yeah,
I want to be there.
I only know a couple people that are going that I miss dearly and would love to see them, but I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm.
there's always the chance that I could try to get to some of them just to video chat and catch up with them.
Yeah.
But for me, as of right now, I actually have PAX East 2022 in the books.
Oh, okay.
Because actually, they had this nice deal where PAX East 2021 had their online event, and I managed to get a press pass for the event.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But then they had a here I screenshotted both of the documents just to like remind myself like no, yeah, let's see. I'm hoping this will be come through, but it said media registration for Pact Online East is open now. If approved, you get a free premium badge for PAX East Online 2021 and a
Hmm.
badge for a future in-person PAX event in 2022.
Oh, oh, so oh yeah, so that makes sense. If you
So
do
I
go,
mean,
like you're going for free.
essentially, yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, I would always go to that one because Boston's not that far of a ride for me.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Um, but like this weekend is particularly hard, and I guess the next couple of weekends for me personally, due to the fact that my dad's passing anniversary is coming up, and then
Oh.
also the fact that New York Comic Con was always his and mine special trip,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Hmm.
going on this weekend, and I couldn't string it together due to other personal reasons,
Yeah.
mostly trying to save money
Hmm.
because of a
Hmm.
lot of stuff. So that's also why Captagon's kind of on the fritz for me because it's like
It's a
let me
lot to
try
balance. Yeah.
let me try to save money so I can kind of go all out for PAX East.
Hmm. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see because I mean I've been reading or hearing stuff about like past convention and people getting COVID. Like
Mm-hmm.
people from like Colossal Con East got it. Some people from Dragon Con got it.
Right.
Um, So I'm interested to see how New York Comic Con fares.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
all
and
I
it's always like just trying to see like different conventions protocol
yeah
and how they are handling and whether or not they'll stick to what they say that they're planning to do.
yeah I mean as far,
Um, sorry, go ahead.
yeah as far as I'm aware, they NYCC did require all attendees to be vaccinated.
Yes,
I
that
think
was
to some
required.
extent, and the fact that they just let less people in. They
Right.
sold less badges, and it was also a shock to see how far. Like I think I got the notification today, or like I saw on Twitter that Sunday badges are finally sold out,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
which is bizarre because in reality they'd be gone in like the first couple of weeks or like the first day of
Right.
it being going tickets going live.
Right, but I think people still feel hesitant, especially with
Oh yeah,
like different COVID rates in different states and things like that. Like whether or not they're physically able to go, if they are high risk and they don't want to, risk going out to a con.
yeah,
And I mean, vaccinations are important. Everybody should get vaccinated. But just because you are vaccinated does not necessarily mean that you can't catch COVID and still transmit it. So there's
yeah,
always still, it's a lesser risk of catching COVID if you have a, vaccine required event, but the risk is still technically there. So I can understand people's hesitations for you
right,
know buying out badges right now.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, so you have MagFest hopefully in your sights
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
next year. Any cosplay that you're currently working on aside from Noelle, or is she like the only current?
Noelle's the big build right now. I have a couple of Halloween costumes that I'm working on as like a little surprise for the end of the month.
Ooh.
Um, so that'll be just like good old meme fun. Because I don't like
Okay.
I don't usually do serious Halloween costumes because I do everything else seriously throughout the year, semi seriously because I still do memes throughout the year. But so
No, yeah.
like I was like Popeye's chicken sandwich one year. Like I don't take Halloween seriously, and so I'm working on a couple of Halloween costumes for later this month. And then the Junji Ito inspired makeup series that I'm working on are the big things
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the age old meme of cosplayers work throughout the whole year. Halloween's their day off.
I think last year I didn't even dress up. I think I wore a onesie last year and was just like, that's it. That's the day.
Yeah.
No, it's just comfier that way.
Mm. Um Trying to think before we wrap up.
Mhm.
Throughout the process of making Noel, I think is a good what has been your favorite part of the was it been the armor making for Noel? Was it like some
Yeah,
of the
I think
sewing or
I mean, foam smithing like is my favorite. Like I love making any kind of thing out of foam. So the armor, the accessories that she has, that has been really fun.
yeah.
Um, Sewing the like maid dress underneath has been interesting. Like I think it's like the cleanest sewing job that I've ever done, but it's also, you know, the most time consuming trying to get every little detail like just right. But
Sure.
that's been fun too, constructing a fun challenge making the maid dress for her. So I think those are the most two. I mean, I'm not a fan of sanding and like priming to paint. Um, and some aspects of the painting I'm not too fond of either.
Yeah.
So that has been less than ideal in making Noel. Um, but I also did just get for the first time an airbrush machine. So detailing has been a
Ooh.
lot of fun.
Ooh, I
Actually, that might
bet.
have been my favorite part.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's always fun when you level up your cosplay gear and then
Yeah.
you go ham and then
Yeah.
find your new love for the next however many other cosplays that you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Airbrushing, that's been super fun. I told myself the next thing that I was going to really work on was like um casting things, so making molds of pieces and like casting them in like different
Resin
like
work,
resin,
yeah.
and yeah, because I'm not too great at that. But then Noel has some pieces that you could do that with, but not too many that you can't already make with foam. So I think
Right.
for whatever my next large build would be, that's going to be probably the biggest focus of it.
Try to learn and then by extension acquire like a skill for resin casting, whether it's like
Yeah,
jewelry or stones or necklaces or
because that's what I like to do with every one of my costumes, is try to find something that I can like really work and challenge myself and learn how to do either new or better.
yeah.
So I think that's like half of the fun, is just trying to figure my way out like around a skill. And so like with Noel specifically, it was definitely getting this maid dress together was the biggest challenge. But
Yeah.
in the future, like resin casting would be great because I'm terrible at it.
For sure, for sure. Um yeah, I guess this is a good place to wrap it up. Unless you got any like last minute thing you want to talk about that came into your head or
I mean, this is great. It's always great talking to you. This is a fun time, fun
Aw.
conversation to have. Yeah, I guess it would really just be like, if anyone is interested, you can find me on Falafel Cosplays virtually everywhere. Same username on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and the
Yeah.
like. Um, yeah, that's the biggest thing right now. And then we're getting ready for my first 12-hour stream on Halloween, so on Sunday the 31st.
Oh
Um,
heck.
so that'll be fun as well.
What's okay, so 12-hour stream, Halloween, is it strictly gonna be spooky games or
No, there'll be some community games, some cosplay stuff. We'll play a few spooky games. I have to eat at some point, so there will be a couple of just chatting slash unintentional ASMR.
oh damn, yeah, you're gonna go
Like
all in on this thing, yeah.
yeah, no, it's a celebratory stream for passing 1K on Twitch. Um, so
Congrats,
so
nice, nice.
thank you so much, thank you. So it'll be a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, you did all the work for me. Stay tuned for more episodes. I know there will be one upcoming about the DC Fandom online event. See how that goes on to its second year. I'm hoping to connect with other cosplayers in just narrowing dates down with Bombshell Cosplay, Skyline Stars, Vanity Fox is one. Possibly talk about Etchy Expo that happened a couple weeks ago with the cosplayer that was there. And there's one cosplayer that I freaking adore that I consider like a dream guest for me. So I'm not gonna say it
Mm.
because I don't want to jinx it. But she did say potentially sometime in November. So definitely look forward to that. And we kind of abandoned the idea of trying to get a cosplayer or someone that went to either Fan Expo Boston or Dragon Con because it's just been it's been a little bit of a difficult struggle.
Yeah.
So I've kind of just given up on those two episode ideas. But that's my game plan. Always love doing these episodes for you guys. I adore falafel a lot.
Thank you.
Um, wait, trying to think. Wait, hang on. Okay, yep, just had to swallow. No, we haven't met yet, so I owe you a giant hug one of these days.
Yeah, we haven't met in person yet.
No, we
It's
haven't.
funny. Yeah, it's wild.
Hopefully that'll change next year
Yeah,
somehow.
we'll see the state of the world.
Yeah, yeah. But that'll be it for this episode of Cosplay Bites, episode 70. Holy shit! Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next episode.